And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Monday Night Hockey here in the Den. It's been quite some time since we've seen the Mongeese last week. The Mongeese took a week off. There's no point in looking into it any further than that, as the Mongeese now play host to Montreal. Montreal already on the attack end. Ooh. Certainly making Cougar earn that paycheck of his. And McWeasel's in on his own. Takes a moment to pause, but no. Canadiens come right in. And what is this? Are we already... Yes, the Canadiens are already down. The Canadiens are here to kill, apparently. And there you see it, just wham with the stick. Just charging right at him. Jesus, wasn't even a minute through, and already Montreal is showing themselves off to be a bit harsh. Cougar catching hold and keeps hold of it. It's a good dog. See if Montreal can survive this power play. Still got a minute and a half left of it. I don't think they can. We will find out, ladies and gentlemen, as the Mongeese now on the attack. The Mongeese shoot and held on, but no. Shot out, and that is offside, I imagine. That or some lucky man is going home with a puck. He's back to picking it up, and his Gilly Cat passes up to Feldbaum, who gets taken out. No one there to pick up the puck. And the puck shot out again. This time Cougar going to get it. Shoots it out to Cat. Passes it along. Very dangerous. But that's what the Mongeese do. They live for danger. And power play over momentarily. Mongeese may have one more opportunity during this power play, unless Montreal can get the puck out. And unfortunately they cannot, and takes the shot, and the power play ends just as we take another breather. It's almost just perfect timing. Puck laid out, and it is Mongeese puck. And he's passing it about. Superstar scoops it up. Again, being passed around. Has become the village bicycle. Taken back by Montreal, who crosses the line. And Cougar getting it out to Bobby. Bobby doing a nice little circle. Their skating is certainly improving. Superstar passes it out before passing out himself. And there we go. Montreal now coming along. And now it's Dennis Fatso getting it on up and losing it. Dennis Fatso is not the long-form player that he needs to be. Now it's Superstar all on his own. Fortunately, Superstar was in a bit of a conundrum there. That's Elizabeth having it for just a brief couple of seconds. Pass along, and Montreal. No opportunity for Montreal as Bobby comes through. 2-on-1 situation. Bobby passes it out. Very close opportunity there. Just rushing it right in. Montreal winning on that face-off. Getting all the way across, and Cougar grabs hold. Up to Fatso, gets it up to Wilson. down to Violence John. He passes on to Elizabeth. Elizabeth in trouble. Cornered there behind the net. Nice shot there by Wing, but taken out in the process. As Fatso Wilson steadily gets it out. And again, puck goes high and far. Violence John gets it out. And scuffle and held on. A bit difficult to call this one. And there we see Beide in the corner. Mongeese knowing that they have to play well now. Another attempt there by Grouch. Picked up by Quinn, but Quinn can't get it in. Taken out, and again, Canadiens taken out one after the other. The Mongeese are here to prove that they are the true Canadian team. And another scuffle. Then comes Montreal, and the puck goes high. Side it back to Quinn. Up to Grouch. Grouch tripped out there. I demand blood for that one. Side it down to Gillicat. Gillicat up to the Canadiens. Now it's Angel. Shooting it up behind her. Inside of there with the save. Down to Gillicat once more, who's taken out from behind. Side it down to Feldbaum now instead. But all Sada seems to want to do is just pass it out and see how they do. A long scuffle there in the blue line. There's Bobby taking a shot. And it is held on as we close in on the halfway point of the first period here in Regina. You might be wondering if we were piping in that clapping. No, of course not. It's just that they were all clapping in the upper stands. You saw Beide banging his drum, or his tambourine, sorry. And another attempt failing there by the Mongeese. We're halfway through this first period. Still a scoreless game until this moment here. Montreal with the first score of the game. Turn me into a liar, why don't you? So it is now 1-0 in favor of Montreal. Skipping it around. Montreal trying to get a nice buffer point going here. It's not going to happen now, and it's not going to happen tomorrow, or yesterday, or at any time. In comes Montreal. Taken out. Yes, very nice. But the puck is right there. All right. Some more attempts here. Cougar showing he has more leg maneuverability than Jean-Claude Van Damme. The attempt there, unfortunately, was not able to get through. A lot of cross-checking, body checking, shoulder blocks. Violence John taking a slap shot. And the race for the puck. Working its way up from Montreal, who takes another shot. Cougar holding on. Cougar doing his best turtle impression. It works. Got to do what you got to do here. Montreal now scooting it around. And Bobby running into the corner. Freaking out. Finally just tosses us out. Eventually gets up to Grouch. Passes it along to Quinn. It's loose, but Montreal there first. Bobby now down to Cousin Oliver. Oliver shoots it up to no one. Perhaps was trying to attract some people's attention to that little advertisement. Did it work? Are you buying stuff? Superstar down. And Quinn takes a shot now. Bobby turns it around. Several shots, but none of them are going through. That's the problem here. Honestly, I don't know what's going on. And McWeaselton and Neville coming in and scores! And the mighty call of the Mongeese reigns throughout the den. As Neville scores with a bit of a breakaway, not really much of one, but still, it was enough. As Mongeese now tie it up 1-1. And of course, Elenia getting her assist by McWeaselton. Of course she would. Those two are quite the team. And the puck just making its way around. And now it's Feldbaum. Back up to Neville. Down to Superstar. That's Miss Weaselton over by the net there. Slap shot attempt and caught in the air. And held on. With 2 minutes left to go. As Montreal knows, the Mongeese are not going to let themselves be run over. He shot around, finally taking the shot, but no good there. The other cat takes another shot, blocked off the pads. In comes Montreal. Mongeese steadily building up defense, getting up there, and Angel there just in time. And here comes Montreal shooting it down. No, passing it and somehow getting it in there again. Montreal getting another score here. Once more taking the lead 2-1. And the crowd here is not fans of this. Not at all. Well, we're just about to finish with this first period here. Looks like we're going to end it off 2-1. And another final attempt made by the Mongeese, but it was not to be a valiant effort. As I said before, we are ending this one 2-1 in favor of Montreal. But how hard will the Mongeese fight back? Welcome back to more Mongeese action here, the second period. Last period was a bit of a trouble spot for the Mongeese. Score still at 2-1. Of course it is. No one scored between the periods. I don't know why that doesn't happen. Honestly, I think whenever we have the Pee Wee hockey team here during intermission, those points should count, damn it. A couple of quick attempts there by the Mongeese. Honestly, none of them were successful. Otherwise, we wouldn't be playing, we'd be celebrating. All of us would be celebrating. You'd be celebrating. Montreal fans would be celebrating. I mean, why wouldn't you be? All it means is that you guys just have to try a little harder. And that's the Montreal spirit, right? You want to be lazy, rest on your laurels. Keep pushing for the future. That's the rest of us Canadians that are lazy, isn't it? You hate our freedom, but you love our clean air. And our maple syrup, and our Laurentian mountains, and our expos. You love them all. Bobby down to Grouch, up to Quinn. And Quinn is taken out. Quick attempts here, and Cougar again, holding on. Face-off. Really in the face-off. This is perhaps the first time that a team has really gone this far beyond the Mongeese in terms of face-off wins. Cougar making certain that, well, the Mongeese have plenty of practice, plenty of opportunities. I don't think that's what they want, but whatever. Wilson finally figures it out. Block out the Montreal player. And Elizabeth. Montreal just scrambling around. Bobby up to Wilson, and Wilson taken out. And Wang now with the puck, but just for a bit. Gets it back again. Elizabeth over to Wilson. Wilson going across. Shoots it out, but it gets taken out anyway. Funny, I don't know why I heard so many cheers during that moment. Now Gillicat. Gillicat back passes it to Angel. Angel shoots it on ahead. It's like they're in a power play or something. This isn't basketball, you guys. You don't get more points for shooting it further from the net. Now Angel again. Down to Canrill, the elf who can. Fortunately, she just couldn't do it today. Violence John, maybe. There's Oliver. Oliver going to take, no, not going to take the shot. Pushes it up to Crouch. And just sort of, sends it on its way. And Quinn comes in hard. Can't repeat it in Neville. At least not yet. The chase is on. Up toward the Warrior. By your Warrior and... Or just throw your Warrior supplies at Montreal Canadiens here. Another score here from Montreal. What is going on with the Mongeese? I'm sure Montreal is proud of themselves here. Actually, I do think they are here. They now have themselves a buffer point. But the Mongeese have been here before. Now Neville up to Violence John. Violence John. And the Montreal getting hold of it once more. We're back to Violence John, down to Superstar. Superstar can't quite get up there. Minor scuffle. One up by Canadiens. Violence John down to Superstar again. I think it all started with Wilson sending it up. Very polite again away. And a quick shot from the back. Another hit there by Montreal. Montreal coming in, taking another attempt. And up comes the Mongeese. Ladies and gentlemen, needed to step away for a moment. I missed anything? I missed any scores? Still 3-1. What is wrong with this world? For them to allow the poor defenseless Mongeese. All they want in life is to win. Montreal coming back, taking it out to the boards. And quick shot. Cougar holds on. Because of course Cougar holds on. Why else wouldn't? Or why? What else would he do with the puck? And here comes the Mongeese, looking to try and close that gap. Couldn't get it there. Wing going to try herself an opportunity. No chance there. And in comes Ed. Superstar shooting it right into the pads. Now foul bomb. Trailing back, trailing in. Could not get it done herself. That's what this trail is, what this game is all about. And the unfortunate failed attempts. And Cougar ducking down on top. And Weaselton, almost like he was trying to bury the puck into the boards, like he was going to stay hidden or something. Taken out, and what is this? Another hard hit. Who is it this time? It's another Canadian. Don't give him water. That's the second penalty for Canadiens. Beating the Mongeese just isn't enough. They have to beat them down. Well, you're never going to break the Mongeese spirit. You're gonna break their bones, though. And I guess that's, in a way, breaking their spirits. DeVille now coming up. DeVille over to McWeaselton. McWeaselton takes the shot, and DeVille from the side rebounds off, almost as if they had it planned. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. DeVille with the second score of the night. Yet another assist from Weaselton. DeVille all over this game. Terrific shot. Oh, another attempt there by Canberra. Another one. Unfortunately, not to be. As most definitely, the Mongeese are not done. They're going to keep fighting. They're going to keep making certain that all of Montreal's cheating tactics will not pay off. Another attempt there. Ooh, too fast for the eye, really. Quick attempts here, and Cougar huddled over. Gonna make certain to take things to another face-off. People just lying out in the ice like they're going to make some ice angels or something. Down to Wing, down to Wilson. Indeed, it. 1 minute left. Missed out on that shot. Let's get some more last second action. Some miracles here from the Mongeese. And his Wing. Last opportunity may go to the Mongeese. And Whiskers. Whiskers going to... No. Whiskers somehow screws it up again. Somehow, some way. It's like the first time Whiskers even had the puck. And of course, he fouls it up. Whiskers, what are you even doing on this team? Whatever, ladies and gentlemen. We enter third period. 3-2. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, visit the official Mongeese store. We promise we'll have something to sell there at some point. No guarantees just yet, as we are now at the third period. And Mongeese going to start things off with a bang. McWeaselton finally getting his goal in. This time. Was he even assisted? I don't think he was. It's all Weaselton this time. Tying the score, 3-3. Oh, superstar and Fatso assisting. So for the first time since Montreal's first score, the game is now tied 3-3. It's anyone's game this time. The buffer point is gone. The leading point is gone. Montreal is sweating bullets. My earlier advice to stop shooting at the goalie or at the goal post and just shoot it into the net has finally paid off. The Mongeese are listening. And a scuffle there. Superstar with the puck. The Canadiens are needing to answer back. Will this game lead to our second only overtime? There we go. That's the word I wanted to use. And again, Cougar holding on. Is there that? If anybody's going to take the puck, it's going to be him. And again, Cougar catching hold, passing it back out. No, Mongoose was paying attention to that one, though. Could be a problem going forward. Mongeese eventually getting hold of it again, getting it across. Honestly, I think it was Whiskers who missed it. Whenever there's a problem, it's always easy to just look and point to Whiskers. Off the front pads. And Montreal trying, but could not get past Weaselton. And, well, Wilson giving a little tag to the corner. And Elizabeth now. Let's get someone else's name on the board. Weaselton and Neville can't carry this team forever. Wing passing it up to Whiskers. Of all the people you pass it to. Puck chipped away from Wilson. A 2-on-2 scuffle. And Gillicat turns right around, almost takes the shot. Unfortunately, could not get it in. Montreal's getting the puck from the side. Passing it about. And it's Gillicat. Gillicat coming along. Getting back hold of it. And Gillicat again. No. Montreal managing to get hold. Feldbaum gets it back to Gillicat. And there's Canrill. Passing it on up to Superstar, who passes it again. Gillicat. Superstar again. Gets it back to Gillicat. Montreal making certain that the puck does not get any further than the blue line. Blue line crossed. Red line crossed. And another blue line crossed. Here we go in a quick attempt. Very sharing situation there. Bill down, no. And McWeaselton. And Neville again. Neville getting chased into the corner. Passes on to Feldbaum. Neville takes the shot. Unfortunately, could not get it through. Face off in the corner. And it's Montreal coming through. And you hear it, the chant, "Go Geese, go." No score here. Montreal's trying to build up an offense, and unfortunately, it's stolen out from under them. He's just supersonic, passing it about. Rush managed to pick it up, shoots it out. And that's Gilly Cat again. The amount of times that he's handled the puck, you'd think that he'd have scored by now. Right now, working her way around, being chased around. No one coming to her aid, but straight shot, and we are just over halfway through. Can the Mongeese do it? Can the Mongeese pull out another miracle? Another miracle on the ice. As we're being crowded. Managed to get hold down to Violence John. Wilson trying to needle or thread his way through. Unfortunately could not get through. Montreal coming, takes the shot. Bit too far off to the Cougars' left. And take another attempt. Too many Mongeese in the way. Montreal coming back. Keeping up that assault. Quick shot attempt. Here we go, Mongeese. 4.5 minutes down to Whiskers. Whiskers being chased all over the place. Whiskers doesn't know what to do. Shoots it up to Grouch, and in comes Quinn. Quinn takes... took a shot, but could not get it in. Face-off went up by Montreal. No surprise there. Been hurrying up over to Oliver. Quick attempt. Not get through. Another attempt there. And that was Quinn again. Elizabeth cornered. Montreal now. Just 3 minutes left to go. Taking the shot. Indeed, find ourselves entering overtime here for the second time in Mongeese history. Only 2.5 minutes left. Win again. And in comes Montreal, but no. Up to Sada. Sada coming. Going too far, and Wilson passes to Elizabeth. Over to Sada again. Wilson down to Elizabeth. And weasels in to Fatso. Another shot. Minute and a half left. And McWeaselson taken out. Our ace in the hole. And Montreal coming back. Montreal could not get it through. And it's Neville. Gets it up to Superstar. And Superstar comes in. And it's no good. And Sadano. Montreal taking a slap shot attempt from halfway. "20 seconds left. As Weaselton takes the shot, it bounces off. Quick scuffle is going to lead us into the overtime, our second ever overtime here for the Mongeese. And indeed, we are going into overtime. Ladies and gentlemen, it is history in the making once more here for Mongeese action. Hopefully you did not look at the bottom or the time scroller thingamajiggy. And for those of you who have babysitters in the audience, well, we promise the Mongeese will make this one short. In the third period, they got a goal within the first 15 seconds. The Mongeese are going to do it again. The lights are going to go out. The call of the Mongeese will be heard. Every approach to the net now, a frightening experience, a nerve-wracking experience. And there's Violence John getting it up to Neville. Neville coming along. And Neville takes the shot. Unfortunately, it's kicked off to the side. And Fatso now down to Gillicat, to Weaselton. Too many damn Canadians. What is with these Canadians? They're everywhere. They're everywhere you don't want them to be. And Cougar gets it back out to Fatso. Fatso being chased down. With some assistance. And Superstar up to Violence John. Superstar there to pick it back up, but unfortunately, Montreal getting hold of it once again. All these fans who have been holding it in since the middle of the first period are just begging for the Mongeese to put the Canadiens out of their misery. And Quinn, who got the first ever goal in our first ever overtime, and our only overtime. That being against Calgary, our very first game here for Mongeese hockey. And Cougar easily able to grab hold of that one. See the gap of the face-off stats steadily closing in. There's Grouch with the quick steal. So I'm going to have to put on the brakes. Grouch again. Almost. It was just Grouch versus the goalie at that time. And Canadiens taking another chance. Cougar saying nope, nope, nope. And Whiskers is on the ice during an overtime. The Mongeese are certainly sending a message that they are not taking the Canadiens seriously if Whiskers is on the ice during overtime. Quick attempt there. Canadiens trying. Who are attempting to grab hold, and it's Wilson coming along. Wilson up to Grouch. Grouch going to try again. And Wing. Wing having a perfect opportunity. Could not get it done though. While you're watching this in all excitement, ladies and gentlemen, I should note, next week we'll begin another away set of games for the Mongeese. Get ready to see the red, white, and blue face off against the Mongeese, as next week they take on the New York Rangers. As I say, it will be an away game, so Rangers will be playing host. Do what we can to finish them off quicker than we will finish off Montreal here tonight. Every approach could be the last. And what is this? Ville down to Superstar. Superstar all on his own, being surrounded by all sides. And Cougar holding on again. I think I even saw Whiskers still on the ice for some reason. And Fatso up to Violence John, down to Superstar. Gets it up to McWeaselton. McWeaselton taken out, but Superstar up. Shot at Superstar again, and again. And there's a loose stick, and I think a loose helmet as well. I believe both of those will be off the rink soon enough. The game is off to the side here. Referees could easily take care of that. I understand that they don't know for certain, as the puck could go back onto the Canadian side at any second, as it should. Well, especially as it's a face-off, that helmet and stick should be long gone. Even the popcorn vendors are working hard here, keeping it working over on overtime. Honestly, that's good for us. That's more revenue. Honestly, we should be aiming for more overtimes. We are halfway through this overtime period, this first overtime period. Honestly, no goal yet. Otherwise, we'd be all driving home by now. And it's up. No, it's no good. We see it here. Puck sent, and right into the post. No good here, but that should wake up the Mongeese. It should definitely wake up Cougar. Honestly, that should not have been allowed to go through. And Angel getting it in, and nice attempt. Then Fatso attempting as well. And everyone chasing for the puck. Some hounding going on, and Fatso being crowded. Another attempt, blocked out. And it's Quinn. Vision's going blurry, but I'm just going to watch. Keep watching. Never blink. I can't read the numbers, but I don't care. As long as I don't see that is Whiskers with the puck. The driving, digging for the puck. Let's get some Mongeese with the pots here. Not Cougar. Well, Cougar is fine, but it shouldn't really have to rely on Cougar getting the puck. And Saddle getting it up. Quinn passing it down. Quick attempt up there. Quick shot. Fortunately, the Canadiens coming in for another attack. Shot out behind the net, but it's Sada. Sada down to Feldbaum. Feldbaum who takes the shot. Montreal coming back again. It'll be back and forth, and Cougar ducks down. We're 6 minutes through this first overtime. Now again, back up. There's Bobby. No pass for Bobby. Montreal coming back. And Whiskers still on the ice. How long is he going to be on there? That's why the Mongeese haven't won yet. And what is this? McWeaselton! And again, McWeaselton from in front of the net, getting a score somehow, some way. Oh, get out of there, Whiskers. Someone needs to pick up the nets. That can be your job. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, in the den. Everyone is sitting, cheering, but sitting. Everyone is just worn out. And there you see it. Could not be deflected. Weaselton with another goal. And Superstar coming through into the net himself. As here, ladies and gentlemen, the Mongeese finally get their score. Finally get their win, avenging the unmentionable events from last week. The day that will live in infamy in Mongeese history. But today is all about Mongeese superiority. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen.